We're here with Goodrich coach Bob Foreback, one of the top high school coaches in the state of Michigan, well-respected, runs a fantastic program. And Bob, we were just talking on the side, and it kind of surprised me. You 4 college commits on this team. In the past, we've talked, you've had some really solid teams in years past. What makes these guys special? I mean, Goodrich baseball, obviously the reputation, but 4 college-bound guys on this year's squad.
Yeah, I think that says a little bit about why we had the success we had. Is you got to have some talent, and we had some good talent this year. And I love it when I see kids go on and they love the game enough to go play at the next level. It's always a little more serious and a little tougher when they get to that level. But I think they'll all do well when they move on from high school.
We're here today at Kersley Park for the Mott Bruin Club AllStar Game, and Noah Keller, one of 3 Mr. Baseball honorees this season. You've talked a lot about him, though, but just having a kid like that, I think he's 25-3 in his career, arguably one of the best left-handed pitchers to come out of here in a decade. Just what was it like having a player like Noah on your team this year?
Well, there's not very often as a coach when you can, not worry about that first game of a doubleheader. I knew going in we had an extremely good chance to win. I can't say it was guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed. But I was never nervous this entire year in that first game. Sometimes I'd have to debate on who's starting the second game or, some other things, but that decision was easy. He'd strike out 10 to 17 a game, and we only had to make 5 or 6 plays behind him. It makes it pretty easy, and it makes you look like a pretty good coach when you have a kid like that. 3 other guys, obviously Noah going to Cornell. You have 3 other players who are college-bound as well. Yes, Josh Denton's going to Lawrence Tech, Brady Gauthier is going to Delta, and Travis Leifert's going to Adrian. So I think all will do well. They're all really looking forward to it. Their summers have already started, and they're full force in their summer teams, and I'm proud of all 4 of them.
Bob, you've been around for a long time. You've been to a lot of these All-Star games, including the Mott Bruin Club, but also at Dow Diamond, big part of that as well. Just when you look at the overall level of talent on both of these gold and black rosters, just what comes to mind?
Yeah, this is, like I said, one of the stronger rosters we've had. I know that our North-South game, it's tied 3-3. I like our odds. It's going to be tough to pick one team out of these 2 teams. I don't know how we're going to do it because there's a lot of talent. There's going to be some very good players that aren't going to be able to play in that game. So it's a pretty big honor, and I think we'll fare well against the North this year.
Kind of final question for you. I mean, these games are always fun. It's going to be the last high school game for a lot of these guys. Some will be picked, as you mentioned, for the Dow game. Just as a coach for you, you're being a part of this, but being in the process of picking the teams. How much does that mean to you to be such a big part of this?
Well, it's exciting because something I'll tell them when we get in the huddle is they've been enemies their whole lives. Watching other teams playing against these guys. Well, now they get to be teammates, and I can remember way back in the 80s when I played, the first time I sat in the dugout and I'm looking around at all these guys that were my enemies. And I went to college with a couple of them, and all of a sudden I realized they're just like me. They're from another school, but they're just like me. They love baseball. They're kind of a goofy kid, and they enjoy the sport. So that's kind of what they find out when they do that a little bit in the summer, but they'll find out that all these guys that they thought were their enemies are just pretty much like them.
Well, Bob, I appreciate your time. Again, this is Coach Bob Foreback, Goodrich Martian. Sorry, I can't spit that out.
No problem.
Goodrich baseball, one of the preeminent programs in the Flint area, and Bob, one of the most respected coaches in the state. So I really do appreciate your time. Good luck to your team this year, and thanks for catching up.
Thank you, sir.